So let's examine the subordinating conjunction. Subordinating conjunctions create dependent clauses. The subordinating conjunction could come at the beginning of the sentence or in the sentence. If it starts a sentence, then that clause is going to be a dependent clause. If it's in the sentence, then after the subordinating conjunction is the dependent clause. When you start a sentence with a subordinating conjunction, after the dependent clause, you have to place a comma before the independent clause, usually before the subject of the independent clause. I'm going to read to you a list, a comprehensive list. I have a list here, but a comprehensive list of common subordinating conjunctions. After, although, as if, if only, in order that, now that, though, till, unless, until, as long as though, because, before, even if, even though, once, rather than, since, so that, than, that, when, whenever, where, whereas, wherever, and while. So those are common subordinating conjunctions. So let's look at the board. I wrote a couple of sentences. Before we get to the sentences, I just want to mention a couple of things. That a lot of these words in a sentence, if they're not subordinating conjunctions, they're adverbs. And a lot of them also start adverb clauses, and I'll teach you adverb clauses later on. Okay, so let's look at the first sentence. After Mario gets home from work, he plays his drums. And I'm going to read it with the punctuation now. After Mario gets home from work, comma, he plays his drum. Now, after is a subordinating conjunction. In a dependent clause, you have a subject and a verb and a predicate. So Mario is the subject noun, gets is the verb, home is a noun, from is a preposition, and work is a noun. Sentence starts with a subordinating conjunction, so we know it's a dependent clause. How do we also know that it's a dependent clause? Because it keeps us up in the air. The dependent clause has no finality. After Mario gets home from work, what happens? If you didn't have the independent clause, I would say he eats food. You may say he goes to bed. Someone else may say he watches television. Okay? So it's not a complete thought. It keeps you up in the air. So that tells you also that it's a dependent clause. So after Mario gets home from work, that's a dependent clause. He, subject pronoun, plays verb, his, possessive adjective, drums. He plays his drums. That's a complete thought. You understand what Mario is doing. So he plays his drums is an independent clause. The first clause, starting with the subordinating conjunction, is a dependent clause. So what do we have here? We have a complex sentence. Complex sentence. When we have a sentence with a coordinating conjunction and we have two independent clauses, subject, verb, predicate, coordinating conjunction, subject, verb, predicate, we have a compound sentence. Here we have a complex sentence. So let's look at sentence number 2. Because of the crisis, we are studying online now. Because of the crisis, we are studying online now. So, because it's a subordinating conjunction, of is a preposition, the adjective, crisis, noun. Because of the crisis, what? What is happening? Some people stay home. Some people are bored. Some people are not happy. It's incomplete. We are studying online now. We, subject pronoun, are, verb. Studying is a gerund, which is a noun. Online, now, and now is an adverb. We are studying online now. That makes sense. Complete thought. That's your independent clause. Because of the crisis, it's incomplete. That's a dependent clause, starting with a subordinating conjunction. So once again, we have a complex sentence. Now, these sentences we could invert. So we could write that sentence, we are studying online now because of the crisis. No comma. Only when you start with a subordinating conjunction do you need a comma after the dependent clause. Okay. So what I want you to do, please, I want you to write a couple of sentences with coordinating conjunctions and write a couple of sentences with subordinating conjunctions. Okay? And email them to me, please. So the next conjunction is the correlative conjunction. So co, co, the prefix means together. So now we have pairs of conjunctions in the sentence. Either or, and we got the ellipses, the periods, the ellipses. They look like periods. That means there's words there. And either or means a choice is being made. Not only, but also. Not only, but also. It's a surprise. Neither, nor, or neither, nor. They can be pronounced the English way or the American way, which means a negation, it's a negative. And here's a sentence for you. Neither you nor I will meet again. Neither you or I will meet again. There's a reason for it, and it's usually negative. But and in the sentence. And also whether, and I don't have it here, whether or. Okay? So always remember, subordinating conjunctions that start a sentence creates a dependent clause, and that means that that sentence is going to be a complex sentence. You're going to have two clauses, dependent clause, independent clause. Now you use a comma after the dependent clause, or it's inverted. You have an independent clause, you have a subordinating conjunction, a dependent clause, but no comma. Okay, so let me switch boards. Oops. My board is falling apart, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a second, please. Okay, I think I got it right. Okay. So here's some practice sentences. I want either black or brown socks. I want either black or brown socks. What type of conjunctions do we have here? What type of conjunctions? Okay. Correlative conjunctions. Either or. Either or. So let's diagram this sentence. I, subject pronoun. Want is a verb. We know colors are always going to be adjectives. Black and brown. And socks is a noun, is a thing. Either or, correlative conjunctions. Correlative conjunctions. Okay? And you're also going to write some sentences with correlative conjunctions. Subordinating conjunctions, coordinating conjunctions, and correlative conjunctions. Okay? So send me 6 sentences. Next sentence. Chen and his friend play soccer. Chen and his friends play soccer. So let's look at what the subject or subjects are. Here we have a compound subject. We have 2 subjects. Chen, subject noun, and friend. It's a subject noun. Okay? Let's look at the verb. Play. And they play what? Soccer is a noun. Let's go to friend. Which friend? His friend. Possessive adjective. And now we have a word that links Chen and friend, and it's and. So that's a coordinating conjunction. I'll put CC. Coordinating conjunction. Connecting Chen and friend. 2 subjects in the sentence is a compound sentence. Okay, let's go to the next sentence. Neither or neither Jose nor Maria can play. Neither or neither Jose nor Maria can play. The subjects, Jose and Maria. Subject nouns. Can is a modal verb. Play is going to be a verb. Neither or neither. Correlative conjunctions. Okay, we're doing pretty good. So far, so good. Can either you or your sister attend the play? It's a question. Can either you or your sister attend the play? So, the subjects. You, subject pronoun. Sister, subject noun. Attend is going to be your verb. Play is a noun. The is an adjective. Which sister? Your sister. Possessive adjective. Can. Modal verb. Can attend. Can attend. Either or. C-O-R-C. Correlative conjunction. Okay? So we'll get back and we'll finish the rest of these sentences and look at the interjection and possibly look at the conjunctive adverbs. See you soon.